Are we ready?
Boom, baby. August 23rd, 2017. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've got a full house, and I am so excited to see all of your beautiful faces. It is really going to be the most epic fall that we have ever had, and I am just bursting about it. Like, everything inside of me can feel like this momentum happening, shift even in our team that's starting to happen, and it excites me, and it just really should excite you too, and I really hope that it does. And I think that the fact that you're here might be one of the reasons why you are excited. Like, I can tell that you're excited because you're here. Or it could be because 3 minutes ago I posted that we were on a call and you're like, I'm not doing anything, why not? I kid. All right. So I wanted to do like a couple of quick things for this weekly team call. Yesterday, I posted a post in the Glam Squad, and I asked, what are some of the things that you feel like you struggle with in your business? And there was a couple of things that were pretty much unanimous. Like, everybody struggles with the same things. But one of those things was going live. And so I wanted to talk a couple of minutes really quick about my thoughts about what going live really is and how to do it successfully. I'm not the best out there, but I feel like I've carved a little path for myself, a little river. And so I'm going to give you some of my tips and tricks for really getting some traction in your lives, okay? The first thing I want to say is that you just got to do it. You just got to put your big girl panties on, and you got to say, I signed up for this business and I want to make some money in this business, and I know that this is what it takes, so I'm going to do it. We all battle those same insecurities. We all struggle with feeling like we're not good enough, or why would anybody want to watch my live when so-and-so's doing lives and so-and-so's doing lives? And I've even done that before. When I was going to go do a face mask live, and 20 minutes before I went live, Jennifer Hagemeyer starts doing a face mask live, and I had that like pit in my stomach, and I was like, WTF, I aborted the mission. I aborted the mission and I didn't do it. And then later I kicked myself. Later I said, you know what? It shouldn't matter to me that Jennifer Hagemeyer is going and doing a mask live, because there are people that love me and want to see me, and they're going to come on to talk to me, right? So that's the first step to going live, is self-belief. I don't care if you have to like do like 20 jumping jacks and like look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself that little pep talk. You have to put on your big girl panties and you have to do it. Okay? So that's the first step to going live. Don't think about it. Just hit go live. Right? The moment you're like, I got 20 minutes, should I go live? The answer is yes. Hit go live and get it started. Do not overthink it. Just do it. Okay? And then the next thing I want to talk about is, like, with going live, is if you are going live, right? Good for you. But if you are going live in your VIP group, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time going live in your VIP group. Why? Because everybody in your VIP group, they're already sold. They don't need to be sold more. They already know what the products are. You need to be going live on your main page, because why? You're friend requesting at least 5 people every single day, right? Everybody shake your head yes, because that's what we're all doing. Even if you're not really doing it, we're shaking our head yes, yes, right? We're growing our network. So every time you go live on your live page, you are exposing yourself to new potential salespeople, new potential recruits, and new potential connections. All right? So do not go live in your VIP group. Go live. I know it feels safe. in your VIP group, right? Like that's my friends, that's my family, that's my dogs in there. But you have to go live on your main page. That's where you're going to get the most exposure. And that's also where other people can share it from. They can't share it from your VIP group because most VIP groups are private. So the second someone shares it from your VIP group, they're going to get that message, attachment unavailable. Right? So if people are going to share your video, you got to do it from your public profile page where everybody can see it. All right? And then the second thing, or the third thing, is talk about sharing it. I say at least 3 times in my lives, thank you guys so much for all the shares. I really appreciate it, right? I let them feel my gratitude. I let them know that that effort means something to me, right? Like I recognize that they did something nice for me and I'm going to shout you out on my live. People love that. People love to be recognized. Thank you, Mary, for that share. You are the bomb, girl. Let's drink to you. Right? Suddenly now Mary is like, oh, I'm going to share all her videos. Okay? Like make it about them. Make it interactive. That parlays into my point number 4. You have to connect with people. You have to be real, right? You can't stage it. You can't, I don't know what you're trying to show me, Sherry.
All my notes.
I'm taking all your notes. I'm talking about going live, not leadership. Yes. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
That's part of one of the classes we talked about was all about lives, pretty much.
All right, we'll just give everything else except for this part because I wanted to address everyone's concerns. You guys said lives are my problem, so I wanted to give that to you tonight in our team call. But it's all about creating that sense of like homegirl, right? Like you want people to watch your live and feel like they know you. Like they want to hang out with you. They want to see you and they want to come over and they want to like say hi to your kids and hi, Mike, and then like have a glass of wine with you or whatever you're about. You want them to feel like they are a part of your life. Right? You want to go live, and then the next time you go live, you want somebody to ask, hey, how was camping? Right? Because I went camping one time and I talked about it. So then the next time I went live, they said, how was camping? So then it gave me something to talk about, right? So here's a tip. Before you go live, think of at least 3 things that you can talk about during that live that have nothing to do with the makeup. Okay? I don't care if you're talking about a recipe that you're trying. I don't care if you're talking about what you did or what you're going to do this week. I don't care if you talk about, what your kids are doing or it's back to school time. There are lots of things always. Use your life as your inspiration. Okay? When you go through your day, think, oh, this is something I got to share on my live. These people are not going to believe that this just happened to me. Right? Or just make it part of your brand. Like some of the things that I've been doing in my brand are I always have a drink, right? And so people will always say, like, what are you drinking today, Marie? And I could say, oh, well, this is a mimosa, or this is a Bloody Mary, or today we're hitting it hard with the bourbon. Okay? Right? So now that is one of the signature things. Like people start to look for it. What is Marie drinking? Cheers, Marie. I had one girl that was pregnant and she's like, I hate watching your lives, but I love you. I hate watching your lives. But she would come on and she'd be like, I hate being pregnant because you make me want to drink. And then she had her baby and now she's like, oh, let's drink, girl. And I'm like, cheers to you. Right? So we built that relationship up over like 9 months. It's really about being relatable. One of the things that started to happen too in my lives, it's kind of starting to turn into a brand, is like what I'm wearing. And everybody knows I'm a Marshalls addict. Like I go into Marshalls and $100 later, I've got 8 outfits, 3 blending buds, 2 brushes, and probably a new handbag. Like what did I haul from Marshalls? And so I'll get up and I'll twirl like a little ballerina and people are like, oh, I love that outfit. And it's only $12. So way, I'm not like blowing people's wallets out of the water. It makes me a real person. Yeah, I sell $49 eyeshadow palettes, but I also shop at Marshall's. Do you see that connection? Do you see how suddenly I'm relatable to every other woman that's shopping at Marshall's? Every other woman that's got kids? All right, so those are a couple of things. You really got to become relatable. So think of 3 things that you can talk about before you go live. Right? That's not going to be that hard once you start to develop that practice. And what that's going to do is that's going to help you fill the silence. Silence is a death sentence to your live. Okay? So you have to fill the space. You're in a room by yourself, talking to yourself like a freaking lunatic, especially if nobody's interacting with you. You gotta fill the space, and that is key. All right? Do funny things. Do dances. I sing. I am a terrible singer, but I will sing on my live because it just makes me a normal person. It makes me relatable. Okay? So those are some of my biggest tips for having successful lives. First of all, just effing do it. Second of all, do it on your public page the second you feel like you have time for it. And third, be relatable and find 3 things to talk about while you're live. All right. So those are my things that I do that have helped me carve out a very good, successful live stream scenario. All right. All right. This is not a team call that's about me, but when the wine starts a flowing, I start a talking. All right, sorry. So before I hand it off to the other people on the team, since we talked about lives, tomorrow I want everyone to go live, whether you're watching this on playback or whether you're watching it here. I want you to go live and I want you to tag me in it. And I want you to say, hashtag breaking chains. Okay? And everyone that goes live is going to be entered to win one of these wine glasses. And you can't see it because I have red wine in it, and the red wine is showing, it says, you can't see it, but it says future Black status presenter. And on the other side is a unique symbol. Okay? So this wine glass is going to be given away tomorrow to everyone that goes live in our team. Hashtag breaking chains, because we're breaking out of those old mindsets, those mindsets of fear, of doubt, of insecurity, and we're taking charge of our lives. Our lives and our lives. Ba-dum-bum. Okay, so hashtag breaking chains. Everyone goes live. I don't care what you talk about. I don't care what you do, but you have to tag me in it, and you have to hashtag breaking chains. And then everybody's going to be entered to win this wine glass. All right. And then the last thing, before I hand it over, I want to give away the Boss Babe of the Week. And this week I'm super excited because it is one of my OGs. OGs, original gangsters, original girls. It's Sherry Savage. So, yes, it's you, boo. So listen. Sherry has been with me since early on. She is one of the first 5 people that was ever on my team. And she struggles with every possible excuse that anyone could ever come in contact with. Illness, single mom, everything that you could even have to come in contact with, she battles it. And you know what she does? She has persevered. She has been in this company for over 2 years. She has never once quit. She has never once given up. She has pushed. She's shown up for convention twice now, and she is still doing the damn thing. And lately, her leadership skills have just kind of bubbled and overflowed, and it just fills my heart with so much love. Even before this call, she was talking about how much she loved her team and how excited she was that everyone on her team was doing something in their business. It was just me and her, and she could have talked about anything she wanted, and she was talking about all of the good things that are going on with her team. And that is a true testament to her growing as a leader. And she's a blue status presenter. And I know for a fact she's going to be a green status presenter soon, because she is blossoming into the leader that I always knew that she would be. So she gets Boss Babe of the Week. Boom. It's you, babe. All right. On that note, how better of an intro could somebody get before they have to like talk to the team? So Sherry is going to come on, and then Shanna is also going to speak, and we are going to talk about what they learned while they were at convention. Roll that beautiful bean footage, ladies.
Talk about a segue. My gosh, something to live up to. Anyway, in case you haven't figured out, I'm Sherry Savage. I am Marie's Blue Status presenter. Marie is a blessing in my life. She has worked miracles on me. So, and talking with me today is my diva twin, my sister, and one of my best friends, Shanna. So, and she is a blessing in my life as well. And we're going to kind of tag team this back and forth. We went to convention this past year, and the breakout classes that we went to two that rocked our worlds. They were just amazing classes. The first one we went to is called Get Out of Their Wallets by Jenny Peterson. And I am here to tell you that it was just mind-blowing how awesome this class was. Even Shannon and I, we were both moving back to the room afterwards, are like, oh my gosh. The first thing she did, we walked in and she goes, I want you to, what do you want to make? What are you currently making? And then she went into the 3 S's of selling. Now, Shanna, I only got 2. She only went over 2. It was stories and strategy. Did you get the third one?
I did not.
Okay.
Stories, remember strategies.
She was running a little long.
Like that.
Yeah. But the first one is stories, and it's all about, what you're telling yourself. It's not stories you're telling to other people. It's what you're telling yourself. And this is important because you have to believe yourself. It's self-love. And Shannon and I go back and forth all the time about self-love and how important it is. It affects your business. If you're down and hard on yourself, it's going to affect your business negatively. You've got to find a positive light and believe it. Even if it's little, start little, grow big. And that's how I've managed to stay afloat. I mean, you heard Marie, I have medical illnesses. I'm a single mom, and I have, issues with the school, major issues with the school. There's, many other things going on in my life that I don't really get into, but I always find some positive light to keep it going. And I have followed Marie's footsteps, and I love doing my lives. And Shanna, please speak up at any moment.
That I think her third one was to upsell your products. I think that was because I put a little hashtag a little arrow next to it, and it was talked about strategy. She's talked about how to upsell.
Okay.
I think that was.
Like I said, she was running late. She was really good. She got really into her talk. She was real informative, and that helps. And she gave us all kinds of different excuses, but she also wanted to let us know that you need to connect when you're talking to your audience, whether it be in a post or a live or whatever. 3 things that you need to connect with people is your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses, and your insecurities. We all have them in some form. We all have them. You don't want to downplay them and not pretend they're there, but you don't want to play them up and make them bigger than they are. And she was real big. I don't know if you can see this. She has Facebook Live public. She was all about Facebook Live. She was loud and proud. And she said, do it, just like Marie said, do it on your main wall. Do it public so everyone can see. So important, because that way you're hitting everything. She said, you need to be authentic. Be yourself. One of my favorite quotes that I took from her is, you can't hide your crazy on Facebook Live.
Or can't.
And I love that, because For those of you who watch my Facebook Live, you all know that I have my crazy back there.
There's my crazy right there.
Yeah, and she has her crazy. And we have really become known for that. It's that fun craziness that people want to see, and that helps sell your product. It makes you relatable. They see that you're a normal person. I can't tell you how many times I heard people tell me that they thought I was stuck up until I started doing Facebook Lives, and they realized I was a normal person. So yeah, it's real important. What? I know that you have that look.
But I don't know. I don't know if people think I'm stuck up or not, but I know one of the things she also said was, like, I do this a lot. I talk with my hands a lot. I'm a hand talker. And she said your nonverbal communication and your actions and things that you do will show up on Facebook Lives, which of course they're not if you're going. No photos showing off your makeup. I mean, yeah, you're cute, but I could see how that could come across like she thinks she all that, always posting selfies. You know, they don't know what you're doing it for, or they're ignoring what you're doing it for. Hateration is easy. And do it easily. So once they see that you're personable, that you get in there, you have problems like everybody else, you stutter, because I know I do that a lot. You repeat yourself, or you see a little message pop up at the bottom of your screen and you notice that you just stop talking and you read. I do that a lot.
Guilty.
A way to segue into it a little smoother. What's it say? What he say? Oh yeah, because such and such. Then I'm off on something else entirely. But people wouldn't know that. They wouldn't know how, scatterbrained I could be if they weren't looking at me live. So I'm just with her.
Yeah, and she said another thing is when you're talking live, you have facial expressions. And like Shannon just said, when you're posing, oh, you're cute. You have makeup on, great. But when you're talking, you're using expressions on your face as well as your hand gestures. And that comes off entirely different. And that all helps in the end. Number 2 that she talked about on Facebook Lives is be generous. And I'm not talking about giving things away. She said, you want generous, like entertainment. My entertainment back here, who's currently watching a video of some sort, some entertainment he is tonight. But that is being generous. He's offering some kind of entertainment for everyone. You want to offer a value. There he is. You want to offer a value. You want to give something. So she said, things like find problems and solve them. So maybe people want to know how to do drawing a blank on what it's called. This is why you do lives, because people see you're real. Okay, maybe they want to learn how to do a wing eyeshadow. So you show them how to do it in your live. And she says, invest, learn, and teach. So if you don't know how to do something, somebody's saying, hey, can you teach me how to do a smoky? That was it, smoky eye. Can you teach me how to do a smoky eye? And you don't know how to do one? Let me tell you, YouTube is the place to go. You can find everything under the sun.
Like gaming and all that stuff.
We're not talking about gaming and all that stuff.
About the smoky eye teach. You saw it, right? Because that's kind of what happened when I did the smoky eye teach.
Yeah. Well, you have to practice it a couple times, but those are the things. You're teaching something and it's giving them something to learn. So take time, invest it in yourself, teach yourself how to do these different applications, and then put it out there with Unique. Entertainment, I said that. Here's something I know that a lot of people in the business have issues with: consistency. So consistency is so important. And she said, so I think you turn that down, please. That's way too loud. You need to be consistent. She says, do over and over. You can post something 20 times. They'll see it maybe half the time. And the other half, it'll take 20 more times to finally say, oh, well, maybe I need that in my life. She says, do over and over and over and over again, and be patient. Now, this means every single day you need to be posting something relatable, because if you're not posting something unique, relatable, it's going to fall out of their minds. It can be something small, it can be business, it can be opportunity, it can be nothing more than just you with a smile, and use yourself as a model a lot. And I know that's not always the easiest thing to do. I have a tendency to stockpile pictures. I'll take, 10, 15, and I may post one, save them. And then on a day when I don't feel like doing makeup, I post one. Does this mean I do it every day? No, but you need to have that consistency. I try to post a picture of me, a selfie of me with makeup on, at least 5 times a week. Not everyone can do that. I get that, but you need to be consistent with the business. Anything you want to add?
No, because I struggle with consistency, as you well know. I'm good with posting the, positive comments and the jokey jokes, but as far as me posting makeup pictures on myself, not so much. But I don't mind posting Kayla.
Yeah, well, that's a start. She said it's live. Doing a live is half the process. So while you're doing your lives and you're posting your pictures, you need to have people comment, like, and share. And she also said, and I was doing this wrong for so long. If somebody asks a question, do not answer it on your live or on your wall. She said, you want to make the comment, I'll send you a message, or I'm messaging you now, or something like that. And then you go into your messenger and you message them and you start building a relationship.
Or build a rapport.
Yes. She said, because we are an upscale makeup, so we want to present ourselves in an upscale manner.
That customer service 101, and try to lipsticks you offer.
When you start building that rapport back and forth, she said start asking them questions, because then it gives you a chance to keep that conversation going. Then she went on to strategy, and in the middle of the strategy talk, she had to end her class. And she said, number 1, be a waitress, be an info booth. So what does that mean? Well, if you're in a restaurant and somebody's you're taking somebody's order, you need to know everything about everything on the menu, just like Shanna said. You need to know exactly what products we sell, what they're going to do for individual people. I mean, I've heard time and time and time again about our liquid foundation being great for all skin types, and it's not. And it's because I've gone out and I've done my homework, and I've learned that it's not great for highly dry skin. It makes your skin look scaly. So you have to know your products before you can go and start talking about them. Otherwise, what's going to happen is somebody with highly dry skin, and they say, oh, I want to buy liquid. And you say, oh, great, let me sell you liquid. And then they're going to get it, and they're going to hate the product. They're going to hate you, and they're never going to buy again. So you've ruined it. Know your product so that you can actually lead them on the right path. And then she said to do upsell, like Shanna was just saying, upsell. What are you using to remove your makeup? Well, we sell shine cloths, we sell pore purifier. These are things you want to actually try to, upsell with. And she said there's a really good video out there called Upsell Hotel on YouTube. I've not had a chance to go watch it yet, I will be honest. Shannon, you want anything else on Jenny Peterson?
No, I don't think I have much else to add on her. She herself was very personable, and I understand why she did so well, because I was hanging on her every word. I was sitting in there and I'm like, ooh, I need to be like you. But definitely know your products and know everything that's connected to them. Because like I said, you could be selling someone a lipstick, or you could be selling them a exfoliator and a lipstick and a pencil and a shine cloth. You could actually make that into a way bigger sale than the first initial question. You couldn't do that if you just said, oh, lipsticks are $29, on on your initial post or whatever. And then everyone who sees this going, $29. Whew, that's a lot for lipstick. Max is 18. I'm gonna tell you, because I hear it all the time, how much MAC lipstick costs. But if you can get to them and talk to them and explain some things about your products that are different from, say, MAC, better than, for instance, or however you want to roll with it, then you might can segue the conversation into an actual sale and not just a, how much is it? You know, just an inquiry. It might actually become a sale. Oh, the other thing she said is don't ever prejudge your person. Remember that, Sharon? She was talking about, you'll see somebody and you think to yourself, oh, she can't afford it. Or even you do it before you see them because you know them. Oh, she'll never spend that much on this, that, and a third. And that one girl that she decided to go ahead and talk to anyway ended up buying like $400 worth of makeup from her because she just got her taxes back. And she was and she became like a lifelong customer of hers and friend of hers because she had a lot of, I think it was psoriasis or something. She had some type of skin issue that made it difficult for her. And she was just starting to feel confident about herself and trying to, you know, make a change in her life. And so she asked a question and she took that time with her instead of writing her off as not able to afford the makeup. She took the time with her and ended up, you know, a brand new customer with a whole new, and changed the girl's world, really. She seemed to have really added confidence to her life. So I think that was the last thing I remember her talking about.
And I can speak on experience from that too. I do vendor events quite often. And when I did a vendor event about 6 months ago, and I had a lady come up to the table and she looked like she bought all of her clothes at a thrift store. She had no teeth. She looked like she wouldn't spend 5 cents on makeup, let alone high-end makeup. And she ended up walking away from the table spending $150. Hands down. You can't prejudge. You kind of have to roll with the punches, talk to everybody, even if you think that they won't. And even the people you think that are going to may not, because sometimes they are very close-minded and don't have their minds open to a new makeup. It just depends. So always explore every avenue. Another class I did that I thought was really, really good, and Michelle was in the class with us too, was Mastering Your Success with Kelsey Stacy. And she covered a lot of the things that Jenny Peterson did too. But she was, you know, it's in a different way. She was talking I have written down is she says, they won't respond, they'll be mean, they'll unfriend, they'll run away when they see me. What do these mean? We start to think about, you know, talking to somebody. We get cold feet. We don't want to talk to them. And the reason why is because we're hesitant, because we're afraid these things are going to happen. You can't have that mentality. You have to go in and just go for it. More things that she wrote. I took down all kinds of quotes on her. She said, thoughts in your mind will rule your world. Well, it's similar to Norman Vincent Peale. He says, change your thoughts and change your world. And what that means is whatever you think is going to happen. So if you have a negative mindset, you are going to have a negative world. You need to have a positive mindset. And once again, this is rolling back to the positivity earlier that I was talking about. You've got to find something positive to grasp onto and take hold of and do, which is not always the easiest thing, but you have to, because it's that little light of positivity that's going to grow to the sun, that's going to help pull you through. She said that, which doctor are you going to listen to? Okay, so she was talking about I believe her husband at one point went to the doctor, and the doctor had said he's never ever going to walk again. And she said there was 2 doctors. She talked to one doctor, and the doctor said, you know, he's never ever going to walk again. And the other doctor said he has a 1% chance. And she goes, and I did not want to believe the doctor said he was never going to walk again. She goes, so I went to that doctor that had said he had a 1% chance. She goes, and I hung on to that. And that's the same mentality you have to have in this business. You can't go in with the mentality of, oh, I'm never going to make it. You have to cling on to that 1% of this is my life and I'm going to make it happen, even if it takes 5 years.
Stay positive.
From the child.
Don't be negative.
Very good.
Never.
Three keys to sponsoring: mindset, numbers, and consistency. Mindset should pretty much say it all right then and there. And I will say the one word I could walk away from convention with was mindset. I heard that over and over and over and over and over, to the point that my mindset was all about mindset. And I walked away thinking, wow, this is where it needs to be. Numbers, you have to have the numbers. You've got to keep at, what does that mean? You've got to keep adding friends to your friend list. You have to keep talking to people. People are going to tell you no. You have to keep going back and asking them again. You go for the no. You're going to get it. You've got to deal with it. Don't give up. And consistency. She once again spoke on consistency. Shan, you want to add anything while I'm reading?
To that particular class, no. I was, honestly, my mind was half on it and half not on it. But I do remember her talking about her husband and the walking and holding on to the hope and to that, and making sure that you saw the light at the end of the tunnel, basically. And I think her whole talk was basically heading toward that same point. The light at the end of the tunnel, you have to keep walking toward it. You don't let anything dissuade you or put you off. Just suck it up and do it. Just gotta suck it up and do it. Whether it's be alive or doing a post about, hey, do a party for me, or forcing your kid to do a party for you so that you can get practice before you ask other people to do a party for you. Anything like that. So you just, you have to just do it. I mean, it's nothing else. There's nothing else to say. And being consistent is difficult. Like Sherry has a lot going on in her life. I have a lot going on in my life. And most people do. You work full-time jobs. You know, your moms. And some of you also have husbands. I don't have that. So you have things. Some of you are yoga masters. I don't do that. One day, I'm heading that way. I'm telling you, I'm going to do it. But when you try to fit all of this into your regular life, this takes up a lot of time. So you have to make the time. Just like I make time to read, or I make time to watch a movie, I have to make time to write me a little live schedule, which is what I'm doing, of ideas for lives. And I don't do all my lives on makeups. I've only done 2 that were makeup related and 3 that were generic, mostly about the movies I like watching. But I'm going to do an oil control mask one. I wrote that one down, and I'm going to take this hair out. So I'm going to go back to my short hair. And I figured I could do a before and after, but the before would be me like this, no makeup. The after would be with my regular hair and makeup. And then I could talk about the makeup I have on. So, it's just, like she said, it's all about your mindset. And then of that, I'm trying to come up with reasons to do lives, and trying to come up with posts to make, and trying to, like I used Marie earlier in one of my little collages, trying to come up with different ways to make it pretty so someone will notice it. It's actually lending to my consistency, because I'm making an effort to do these things. It's making me more consistent with all of it. So, I did take some spunk away from that convention, yeah, Amy. And I came home all raring to go, but I don't want to burn out either. So I'm taking my time, and I'm doing a lot of writing stuff down and just following through with what I write down, whether I feel like doing it or not, to be honest, because the other day I didn't feel like doing one, but I did it anyway. All off of Sherry's schedule. Sherry's schedule was totally different from what I was doing. She was motivating us. I was doing a live, on a generic live, and she said, do one on makeup. I was like, oops. And then I did one on makeup. She said, do a generic one. I was like, double oops. I'm not getting any points this week. But,
Okay.
You have anything else, Sherry?
A big thing that, I heard over and over again through the convention is positive affirmations. Every day we need to be telling ourselves positive affirmations, pictures, telling us, speak it into existence. It's all about the secret. Speak it into existence. When you speak it out loud, you hear it in your head, you feel it in your heart, and it resonates more and longer with you. And you can even ask Seth. I make him do daily affirmations every morning, don't I? Yes. He has about 5 of them. He has 7 of them. He has to do every morning before school. Not right now. Every morning before school, he has 7 affirmations. I have to count them off on my fingers as we're driving down the road. And they're so important for everyone to do. Everyone. Another thing is when you are talking to somebody else, and I've heard this time and time and time again through the business. I've been with the company for 2.5 years, and there are 3 C's to approaching people, 3 C's. And this is just one last thing I want to add. You want to say it's something crazy. You want to say something, you want to compliment them. You want to show that you're confident, and you want to say something crazy. It gets their attention. That's okay. I get the point across. Anyhow, I know that I probably spoke way too fast through most of this. I'm so sorry. I'm so excited. I tickled pink to be, called out earlier, and then to be asked to speak. So it means a lot to me. Marie is an amazing leader, and I'm blessed to be under her. So.
And you're an amazing mom.
Oh, thank you, Monkey. So this is Sherry signing out, and thank you all.
OMG. Seriously, my mind is like reeling because I didn't go to either of those classes. And then some of the things that you guys talked about really resonated with me. And I just, I really hope you guys got some good information from that. I personally, we've all had peekaboos, like a lot of us have had people trying to invade our personal space tonight. But one of the things that just really stuck out to me, I want to just talk about a little bit of this just to recap my thoughts and send you guys off into the sunset, is I loved the idea that Sherry shared, and I don't do this, and I should, of not answering questions during the live, saying, hey, Shanna, girl, I got you. I'm going to message you after this, and I'm going to give you all the information, right? Because now it sounds special. Now it sounds exciting. Now it sounds like a secret bro code that you need to know, right? And so that was like something that I don't do that I'm going to immediately start to implement into my lives. And just to finish up the live thing really quick, another thing that I do that I wanted to mention that I forgot to say was I announce that I'm going live before I go live, right? I give people a warning, hey, in 2 hours or at 3 o'clock or at 7 p.m., catch me live. So anybody that might see it might somewhere inside of their mind think, oh, I like Marie. I should check it out at 7 p.m. Like whatever it is, like you want to constantly be reminding people that you're there, and you got to know that you're worth seeing. And that is the most important part about being live. Of all the things that you could take from this, of all the tips, of all the tricks, I want you guys to know that every single woman struggles with self-worth. For our whole lives, we've been held against a standard that makes us feel less than. Whether it was bullies in school, whether it was a bad relationship, whether it was, our own mind telling us that we're not good enough, we have big battles to face. But this business is one of those places where you can find freedom, and where you can find self-acceptance, and where you can ultimately find self-love. The main ingredient here is you. Every single time. If you're willing to do it, you're going to see the rewards. You got to be brave enough, okay? And of all the things that I could say, that's the most important element. I don't care, like I said at the beginning, if you have to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I am good enough, I am pretty enough, I am smart enough. I don't care what you have to say to yourself. I don't care if you have to give it a little slap, slap, slap. do something to get your mind right. Stop your stinking thinking and do it. Okay? I love you guys. I am so blessed to be your leader. I love you with all of my heart. I cannot wait to see each of you do your lives this week, tomorrow, to win this mug. Oh, look, it's empty. So now you might be able to see what it says. Future Black Status Presenter, and then a unique symbol on the back. And then every Wednesday, you have a reason to try it. Wine Wednesday. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. I can't wait to see your lives. Don't forget hashtag Breaking Chains and tag me in it. And I will see you guys later.
Marie,
What?
Melanie, and I sound like a frog. From now until, from today until they run out, these big things of samples, everyone who places an order today until they run out gets a full-sized sample of all the foundations.
Is it the 10 card, though?
Yeah. It doesn't have to, presenters,
Customers.
regular people, I don't know what this customers.
Customers, yeah. Everybody gets a sample card of the foundation?
Yeah, the big one that we got because they're, yes, because they're changing them.
All right,
So-
so that's awesome. I did not read that. So just so you guys know, anybody that places an order from you, the first thing that you need to do is 2 weeks from now, once they order, you need to follow up. Hey, girl, did you try that liquid foundation card? Did you find out what color works for you? How did you feel and how did it feel on your skin? Do you want to try it?
I
Yeah,
thought it was pretty cool.
that's a follow-up gold mine. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sherry and Shanna, you guys rock the house. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.